Hi, and welcome to the AP Music Theory Crash Course Series, the Introduction. Today is just going to be a brief overview of the structure of the exam, as well as what it takes to get a 3, a 4, or a 5, which is what we're all aiming for. This series will be released in parts for the next few days, no more than 8 or 9, as of right now. So let's dive right in. Firstly, the AP Music Theory exam is divided into two main sections, the first of which will be purely multiple choice. It's going to take 80 minutes with 75 questions, and it will make up 45% of your score. And inside that section one, part A of it will be 42 questions based on a recording that will be played of a certain piece or melody, actually more than one. And part B will be 33 questions based on prior facts and knowledge and concepts that you'll have, as well as analyzing intervals and such that you should already know. Now, section two, in contrast to multiple choice, will be free response questions. And that too is divided into part A and part B. Part A will be 70 minutes, 7 questions, and will also make up 45% of your score. Free response questions 1 and 2 will be melodic dictations, also known as jotting down what you hear in the melody played. Free response questions 3 and 4 will be harmonic dictations, also known as notating the soprano and the bass of a recorded 4-part harmony, and also the Roman numeral symbols for the inversions. Free response question 5 will be realizing a figured bass above a given bass line, and also the symbols, of course. Number 6 will be part writing for 4 voices given Roman numerals, basically the opposite of the previous question. And the last one, number 7, will be harmonizing a melody, basically just writing a bass line following the rules of harmonic structure and cadences and keeping everything in mind. Part B will be sight singing. This is not part of the previous 7 question free response questions I was referring to. This is going to be 2 melodies you'll have to sight sing and record, which will make up 10% of your score. You will have 75 seconds to practice each melody and 30 seconds to record. Now, that is basically just the structure of the entire test. In total, you will have 150 minutes, also known as 2.5 hours. And now let's talk about the score breakdown. The test is in total 200 points. The multiple choice questions are worth 1 point each, and the free response questions are worth varying amounts more. Let me give you a visual breakdown of that. So here is all of the details I mentioned before. Feel free to take a screenshot here since this might be useful to you. Now, let's take a look at the score breakdowns. If you're aiming for a 5, you'll want to get at least a 140 out of 200. And if you visit a website such as Albert.io, you'll be able to play around with the scoring and rearrange, see what you can get right and wrong in order to achieve your desired score. And in order to achieve a 4, you'll need to have at least 115 out of 200 points. And for a 3, 91. Of course, we're all hoping to pass here, so feel free to spot study or really just study the parts that you think are most worth getting the points in order to get your desired score. Now, with that done, let me show you an example of an AP Music Theory test so that you can have an idea of what it will look like on the day of. So here, section 1, as I've mentioned, is the multiple choice questions. Part A will be listening to recordings and answering questions based on what you heard, be it analysis or patterns, basically. There's that. I will include the link to these resources in the description for you guys to see, so that will definitely be something you want to refer to. And that's all for part A. Now part B will be other multiple choice questions not based on recordings, this time based on facts and knowledge that you should have. That's what it looks like. There we go. So next up is the free response questions. Part A will have 7 questions, like I mentioned, the first 2 of which will be melodic dictation and then harmonic dictation. And then it's your realizing figured bass. And last of all is going to be the sight singing, but that will not be part of the written exam. So you will have to sing this and record yourself. A tip to keep in mind is you want to utilize the 75 seconds to practice, and don't be afraid to do so out loud because that will help you a lot more than you think. So that's all for the test, and the following parts of this series will be released in the following days. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.